birds fixing to fly. I'm the guy that killed the bill. I did. It's a bad bill, bad idea. First of all, do we want to have the insurance industry regulated by the federal government? I absolutely do not. Mandates, do they cost? Do they add 20%, 40%, whatever? You better believe they do. They certainly do. And you know what we get with those? We get pap smears. We get mammograms. We get prostate exams. And you know what that is called? Preventative medicine. And what does preventative medicine do? It means you catch that cancer early. And if you catch the cancer early and you have surgery or chemo or whatever it is, first of all, you don't die of it. And second of all, perhaps the most significant thing, you don't end up going to Emory or wherever you're going and spend hundreds of thousands, in some cases, many millions of dollars for care. We don't have the money in Georgia to fund a pool, a high-risk pool. If we had a high-risk pool, fine. We don't have a high-risk pool in Georgia because we don't have the money. And if you don't have the mandates, and you don't sell insurance that has the mandates, what you do is you render the society of Georgia, the people that have insurance, vulnerable, so that when they have cancer, where do they end up going? They end up going to the hospital. The hospital can't turn them away, and you, the taxpayers, pay for it. Now think about it. Prevention saves money. That's what most of the mandates do. Ralph's absolutely correct about the fact that the mandates are passed by the legislature, they're enacted by the legislature. We may have too many, but it is not the purview of the insurance commissioner to change that. It's the purview of the legislature. And Ralph is absolutely correct. The women and the Democrats. No, there's some Republicans that have the big sense to recognize that it's going to cost us more money, and it'll be your tax dollars that will be paying for this, than paying on having a cheap insurance policy that doesn't provide coverage. Now think about this. It's going to put you out of business. We got Alabama that come in, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama comes over here, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield in Alabama sells insurance. What happens? They're going to take all your business away because they have a 21 mandate policy. They're going to sell cheaper product. The second thing, if you're an independent agent and you're selling this, what happens when Mary or Susie or John comes down with cancer and their mandates are not in that policy they sold? Who do they come looking at? Whose door are they knocking on and saying to you, why the devil did you sell me this crap? Why did you put this stuff out there? And I flat looked at that, and I looked at it from the picture of where the money was going to go, and I said, look, you can buy a decent policy. Ralph calls it a Cadillac policy. I don't call it a Cadillac policy. I call it a policy with preventative medicine. How many lives have we saved by having pap smears, by having mammograms, by having prostate exams, by having colorectal exams? All of those things are part of what you pay for. And yes, we get what we pay for. Now, we can go on the cheap. When we go on the cheap, what happens? You, the individual, don't pay. But you, the taxpayer, pays. Because they're going to force it down our throats one way or the other. And as a conservative, my goal is to keep government out of your pocket. And government is not in your pocket until they start taking your money away with the taxes. And that's the reason I fought this thing, and I killed this thing. And I went to the governor, and he wrenched my arm and tried to get me to pass it. And I said, Governor, it is dead. This is a bad idea. Sean Hannity comes out with this great idea. The Heritage Institute thinks it's the greatest idea. Yeah, half-inch deep, a mile wide. When you wade into preventative medicine, you don't get it. And if you don't get that, you, the policy people that are selling insurance in Georgia, are going to face a very unhappy client. And second of all, you're going to probably face federal regulation. And I don't want either of those. Thank you.
That wasn't my